and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the social studies section of the World Scholars Cup. If you don't know what the World Scholars Cup is, or you want to see some of my other videos about the World Scholars Cup, I will put a card up in the top corner somewhere, and you can just click on it and check out all my World Scholars Cup videos. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get on with the video. The first few things I will talk to you guys about is conformity. What is conformity? It is the result of blending in with your peers. If you are a nonconformist, you stand out when you know it is the right thing to do. The Asch paradigm. It is an experiment to investigate the extent to which social pressure from a majority group could affect a person to conform. A person was to say which line was the longest out of 3. Everyone else was accurate and purposely gave wrong answers. If the participant gave an incorrect answer, it would be clear that it was due to group pressure. Results of the experiment. In most cases, the people stated that while they knew the rest of the group was wrong, they did not want to risk facing ridicule. A few of the participants suggested that they actually believed the other members of the group were correct. These results suggest that conformity can be influenced both by a need to fit in and a belief that other people are smarter or better informed. Here's a small clip of the experiment.
The Asch experiment is one of psychology's oldest and most popular pieces of research. A volunteer is told that he's taking part in a visual perception test. What he doesn't know is that the other participants are actors, and he's the only person taking part in the real test. In the first test, the correct answer is 2.
1. 2.
The Crutchfield situation. This was an experiment created by Richard S. Crutchfield in 1955 to study conformity. It is an improved version of the Asch paradigm because it is more accurate. Crutchfield's designs made people feel more comfortable by placing them into individual side-by-side rooms instead of stating their answers out loud. They would make decisions about various problems that were projected onto the wall in front of them. For example, it showed shapes and the participants were asked to judge which one had the greater area. The major difference between the Crutchfield situation and the Asch paradigm was in how participants gave their responses. Instead of stating their answers out loud, each participant stated their response by flipping an appropriate switch on the electric control panel installed inside each room. All of the response panels are interconnected, which means that everyone can see each other's answers. Robber's Cave. So this is an experiment where there was a whole bunch of 12-year-olds put in the wild. They were then, as individual groups, picked up by the bus on successive days in the summer of 1954 and transported to a 200-acre Boy Scout of America camp in the Robbers Cave State Park of Oklahoma. They had to first bond, and then they got separated and had to compete for trophies and medals by playing football and treasure hunts and other activities like that. As you can probably tell, it started getting very complicated and violent as the kids started burning the other team's flag and they started fist fighting, typical for boys these ages. Once the competition was over, both groups were forced to work together to solve issues such as pulling a truck that is stuck in mud. In the end, the boys became their own culture and proved that conflict with a limited amount of resource does lead to discrimination. Here's a clip about the experiment.
They were also tasked to create a flag to represent their groups. Everything was happiness and fun for the children until the most important part of the experiment began. They were informed that there was another group and that they would compete against each other.
The Stanford Prison Experiment. This was an experiment conducted in August 1970 and tested how university students, given these prison rules, would react and how they would deal with their new rule. 22 students were selected at random, and then by the flip of a coin, half of them turned into prisoners and the other half was guards. Only 48 hours later, the guards were beating up the prisoners and making them do pointless tasks. And it was a total chaos. As an end result, people are likely to conform to their social role, especially if it is very clear and stereotyped.
We picked 24 who were the most normal, most healthy. Half are going to be guards, half are going to be prisoners. And it's like flipping a coin. On heads, this one's a guard, this one's a prisoner. So at the beginning, there's no difference in the kinds of people who are in your two groups.
When we were given our jobs as guards, we were issued a uniform, which was a plain sort of khaki or lighter colored uniform.
Now moving on to the Tuckman model. This is a model developed by psychologist Bruce Tuckman in 1965. It consists of 5 group stages. Forming, which is when the group gets together. Storming, which is when they get arguments. Norming, performing, and then later there's adjourning. It is a process for a group to step up to a challenge, solve problems, plan, and deliver results. It is a quick and effective model, especially for businesses. The seceder model. This is a model that shows how the desire to be different from the average in a population can lead to a creation of more groups. Hohmann's theory. The interaction between the group and the environment in which it operates, both the behavior of the group and its final result. It's about the dynamics of how groups are created, activities, sentiments, and relationships. Social exchange theory. This is a theory which applies a cost-risk analysis on any social interaction. This means that you either give or take from another person. Swarm behavior. This is when animals travel together in a large group so predators cannot take them down or break them apart. Herd mentality. This is when people start mimicking or copying what others are doing to fit in, and because it is normal. Examples are the Asch paradigm and the Crutchfield situation. Now these are important words that you should know. Hegemony. The leadership or dominance of a social group and political party has over the rest of the society. Nepotism. This is when you're biased and favoring your relatives and your family, especially by giving them jobs. Endogamy. A form of relationship where marriage is only allowed by members within the group or clan. Rankism. Discrimination towards those that are a different rank in society. Ageism. Discrimination against someone's age. Ableism. This is the discrimination towards those who are injured or cannot perform certain actions, for example, handicaps. Elitism. This is the belief that individuals of a specific background should get more power in society. Victimization. When you single out a particular person in a harmful and harsh way. Tribalism. The state or fact of being organized into different tribes. Supremacism. An ideology which advocates that particular classes of people are superior to others. That is all the terms I'm going to talk about today. I did not cover everything, so make sure to study on your own as well. If you're not participating in the World Scholars Cup, I really recommend you do next year if you're able to. And if you are going to the Tournament of Champions, maybe I'll see you there. I really hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you in your studying. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye!